Good evening, and welcome. Tonight, tensions in the Middle East have escalated sharply after Iran launched missile and drone attacks toward Kuwait and Bahrain, prompting a swift military response from the United States. The latest exchange has raised fears that the already fragile conflict between Washington and Tehran could spiral into a broader regional confrontation. According to U.S. Central Command, multiple Iranian missiles were launched toward targets in Kuwait and Bahrain. U.S. military officials say some of the missiles failed during flight, while others were intercepted by American and Allied air defense systems before reaching their intended destinations. In Kuwait, authorities reported damage at the country's international airport after a drone and missile attack. Flights were diverted, emergency crews were deployed, and several people were reported injured. Images from the scene showed damage to parts of the airport infrastructure as officials assessed the full extent of the impact. Meanwhile, air raid sirens sounded across Bahrain as defensive systems engaged incoming threats. Bahraini and U.S. forces reportedly worked together to intercept missiles aimed at the Gulf Kingdom, which hosts key American military facilities, including the headquarters of the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet. The United States responded within hours. U.S. military officials announced what they described as self-defense strikes against an Iranian military facility on Qasem Island, located near the strategically vital Strait of Hormuz. According to the Pentagon, the targeted site was a military ground control station allegedly connected to recent Iranian drone and missile operations. American forces also reported intercepting additional Iranian drones operating in the region. Iran's Revolutionary Guard has defended the attacks, describing them as retaliation for recent American military actions in the Gulf. Iranian state media claimed that the operations targeted U.S. military interests in the region, though American officials insist that no major military facilities were successfully struck. The exchange comes at a particularly sensitive moment. Diplomatic efforts aimed at reducing tensions between Washington and Tehran have reportedly stalled in recent days. While U.S. officials continue to express optimism about potential negotiations, reports suggest communication between the two sides has become increasingly strained amid ongoing regional conflicts and military operations. Analysts warn that the latest strikes could have consequences far beyond the battlefield. The Strait of Hormuz, located near the site of the U.S. strike, remains one of the world's most important energy shipping routes. Any disruption to maritime traffic through the area could affect global oil supplies and international markets. Governments across the Gulf region are closely monitoring developments, while international leaders have renewed calls for restraint and a return to diplomatic dialogue. Security measures have been heightened at airports, military installations, and key infrastructure sites throughout the region as concerns grow over the possibility of further attacks. For now, both Iran and the United States appear to be standing firm, with neither side showing signs of backing down. As military activity continues and diplomatic efforts face new obstacles, the international community is watching closely to see whether the crisis can be contained, or whether the region is moving toward a more dangerous phase of conflict. Thank you for watching, and stay with us for further updates on this developing story.